Hello everyone, welcome to Kayla's Home Crusade. This is my brand new channel and I am everything home, decluttering, cleaning, marathons, and wow, is it going to be a marathon? Let me explain with a little meet and greet why I'm doing this channel. This channel is going to be an overwhelming process for me. My family and I bought this house a couple of years ago, and we bought it from a sweet little old lady who was all by herself in this big 4-bedroom house. And when we got it, we thought everything was in working order, and it was not. And we had just a little bit of money that we were going to do to fix up the house, since she had just about everything that was still 70s in the house. As you can tell with the lights on the fan back there, it is really 70s in here. So we were going to fix it up, we were going to do the yard, and everything came to a grinding halt when we found out that there was no working septic and that our drain lines were plugged thanks to all the trees in the backyard and the roots growing into it. And unfortunately, the entire bottom of our house flooded. And I mean flooded everywhere. It was just, I'd say, a good 5 inches of water that started like erupting and gone everywhere. And we ended up displaced for like 3 months during the pandemic in a motel in the middle of summer, of all things, with kids bored out of their skulls. And that was an absolute nightmare. You couldn't use the pool, we couldn't use the gym, we couldn't even use the computer in the lobby because obviously everything was shut down. You can't touch nothing. So we're shut up in these two things and these 2 rooms, and that was with, wow, 4, 6 kids. It was absolute chaos. I would not wish that on my worst enemy. Anywho, we decided that once we got the power and the electricity back on, to move in and all camp up in the upstairs. The motel got way too expensive. And we ended up there for 9 months, all living in the upstairs. Only 2 bedrooms upstairs, and the rest of us were in the living room camping out. It was just a mess because every single problem you could think of under the sun happened. It was, first there was asbestos in the walls, asbestos in the vinyl floor, everything, of course, because it's 70s, everything had asbestos, and the whole bottom floor had to be gutted, which took much longer than we wanted to have it fixed. And then, of course, our insurance company contracted some guy out of a town 3 hours away because it was a pandemic and lots of things were closed, and so there wasn't a regular contractor around in our town that even wanted to take it. Ugh, it was horrible. So when we finally got that done, they told us the new septic had to be done, and they had to dig up our entire backyard and our entire side yard, and there had to be no trees within 10 feet of the entire brand new septic system. That's the word for it. And so this set us back one heck of a pretty penny. I'm thinking about $30,000 to remove all the trees and to get a 3-tank for a family of 8. It took forever, and they took all of our clothes that were downstairs and all of the stuff that was upstairs, and they took it to a professional cleaning place because they said sewer fumes would contaminate everything, so everything had to be clean. So all we had was like what was in our backpacks or our luggage when we went to that motel. And we ended up, because it was 9 months in, we ended up having to buy all new stuff. I mean, the kids needed things, they were growing, and I have teenagers that grow faster than Miracle Grow on steroids to grass. It was awful. It cost so much money, so much time, so much hassle. It was just awful. I can't even tell you what a nightmare it was. So when they got all this stuff cleaned back, it came in boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff. And so now I have so much stuff. It looks like we just moved in. Most of it's probably outgrown clothes and outgrown things that the kids no longer want, and I have to go sort through all of it. So when you see the pictures of this home, the first thing you're going to think of is, Kayla, you are a hoarder. And I could not be farther from the truth, because I absolutely hate clutter, and I always try to get rid of things because I do not like my house cluttered up, and I like it organized, and I like it clean. And right now it is the mother of all apocalyptic disasters. It is just horrible. Is my daughter, my 9-year-old, was living upstairs with me and my husband in the living room, and I had the boys up in their bedrooms, and my two older daughters, excuse me, I'm just getting over a cold. But my two older daughters, they ended up staying with my parents for a while because it just got too crowded upstairs for anyone, and it was nuts. That's all I have to say. But the house looks like Vietnam hit. And so when we see this is all not staged, definitely not staged. I don't know anybody who would want to stage this stuff, but it is not staged, and this is raw, this is truth, this is the good, the bad, and the ugly of this house, and how I'm going to tackle this all by myself, as my husband works 12-hour days, 6 days a week, and he only really has one day off, and I am not going to ask him to do much because he only has one day to rest, and that's just too much for him. So this is my story, this is what's happened, and I really hope you enjoy the videos. Stay tuned next week when I get to the tackling. I think most likely it will be the dining room, because I have got to get this upstairs in order, and then I can go downstairs and tackle the giant monstrous mess down there. And this will take a while, so this is going to be a good journey, and I hope you come along with me, because I would really appreciate it, and it will be fun, I promise. Have a great day, and tune in next time.